What's up guys, Nightingale here, and welcome to another quick tips video. Today we're going to go inside the secrets of the secret shop. That's right, the secret shop has secret shop, and what if I told you, you can get an entire pity at roughly 8,000 Skystones spent. That's right, instead of the 11,400 Skystones spent, you can get it for around 8,000 Skystones an entire pity. That's a lot better. That gives you a lot more Skystones to invest into other banners. So, what we're going to do here is I'm going to darken the screen over here, and I'm going to be putting some numbers up as I go along, because I want you guys to see it, and then I'll end up just showing you the full calculator at the end so that you guys can make sense of it. It's probably, if I just showed it to you, you're going to be like, none of this gobbledygook makes sense. Well, I'll show it to you in a minute. So, we started the day at 46,958 Skystones, and we spent 8,094. To give you an idea how long I was here, I had to do 2,698 refreshes to get an entire pity of bookmarks. So that was my project, as I sat down and I did an entire pity in one sitting. And I honestly have to say, it's not fun to do. It's something you probably want to spread out over a week if you're going to do it. But I got hot a few times. And I mean really hot, to where we got it to where we were getting it back to back to back several times in a row. So what we want to talk about first is I want to talk to you guys about the averages of Skystones per bookmark, because I think that this is pretty important for you guys to know. So we'll start with a comment that came up, I believe in the Secret Shop video that I made here a while back, just talking to you about how to do this. And I believe the person had said that they were concerned because they had spent like 100 or they had spent 100 Skystones and they hadn't seen anything. So to clarify this, it's when I'm talking about Skystones per bookmark, I literally mean the Skystones spent for one bookmark. Not 5, one bookmark. So if we go to the normal shop right now and you were to go buy the 950 Skystone bundle, you're going to walk away with 50 bookmarks. Divide that, and you're going to come out with 19 Skystones per bookmark. Here, we are averaging, out of all the Skystones we spent, out of the 8,000 Skystones we spent, we averaged around 13.27 Skystones per bookmark. This is actually pretty good average. This wasn't my highest, and this wasn't my lowest. I ended up pushing it down to about, during a really good run, I got it down to about 10.5, I want to say, somewhere around there. The highest I got was almost 17. And I was getting very concerned when I started pushing it up that high. I'm like, we've gone through a very dry spell. Now, I want to bring this in real quick because this, I think, makes a little more sense. So, I feel like the prize items, so which are red gear, well, specifically red 85 gear, mystic medals, and bookmarks share the same prize pool. So, I can't confirm this or say this is actual fact, but this is what I've noticed. When I got an 85 red piece to show up, it almost feels like the game recognizes that as mystic medals and bookmarks, and it draws out the line of when you're refreshing. So it's like you have a chance to get those items to pop up. Now, sure, you can get them all to pop up on one page. But when I went through a really bad dry spell, it's because I kept seeing an 85 red piece show up. So I'm curious if that's how they're getting through it, and that's honestly what pushed me up towards that 17 range. But when I wasn't getting those, I dropped back down throughout the whole thing. Now, I can say this. Through the last, like, 300 bookmarks, 200 bookmarks I was summoning for, I went down from 15 down to 13, and it stayed around 13. I think the highest it got was almost 14 throughout that last, 1,500 Skystones I spent. So, something I want to bring up to you is actually pretty interesting. The Skystones per bundle. So for an actual bundle, to go back to the person's kind of comment where they got concerned about 120 Skystones that they had spent, you should honestly look at that you're going to be spending around 66 Skystones on average for a bookmark bundle. So the bundle of 5 that you get out of the shop. So look at anywhere between one run to get just one to show up. Look for around 66 to 120 per before you see them show up. Now, obviously, you can get them back to back to back. I had that happen. I think the longest streak I had was 4 in a row. Pretty cool. I was very happy because that really helped my number. So doing that a couple times or getting 2 or 3 back to back really helps out. Also, another thing that really drove me up the wall was getting Mystics back to back to back, where I would get Mystics and I wouldn't get Bookmarks. And I ended up with 2,000 Mystic medals gained. So this was pretty interesting too. We got 4.047 Skystones spent per Mystic medal. Now, Mystic medals show up in a bundle of 50. When you do the math on that, that comes out to 202.35 Skystones per bundle. Which actually leads me to believe that the Hoochie shop that shows up actually shows you roughly some of the value of what they look at the Skystones. Because he had in his shop for the normal sale price at the top of his thing was 200 Skystones per bundle of 50. Which was very odd that my average out of 8,000 Skystones was very near to that. So I feel like we were dialing in on what they find value of their items based off of the number calculations in RNG of how they show up. Now, here's the thing. Should you still buy that? Absolutely not, because that 200 Skystones spent could land you other bookmarks along the way. Or you could spend it and you could walk away with way more. I think I had a run where I spent 100 Skystones and I walked away with 100 Mystic medals. I got 2 bundles to show up relatively close back to back. So I got a lot of Mystic medals out of this. I ended up pulling 2,000 Mystic medals out of this, and I'm like, that's a lot to get out of, but I think, honestly, it makes sense. For 8,000 Skystones spent, 2,000 Mystic medals, not bad. Here's the catch, everyone. I spent 33,648,000 gold just to do this refresh on bookmarks and Mystic medals. That's not counting the 2 pieces of gear, which would have added in another 2.2 million gold. So here's some of the things that I want to point out for you guys for future reference when you're doing shop refreshes. Don't do it all in one sitting. It's a pain in the butt. I'll be honest. 2,698 refreshes. Your hand's going to start hurting. No matter if you're doing it here on your phone, even if you were to sit here and hold your phone, because I tried it on my phone. I was getting mad at the refresh when it was really getting dry. I was like, okay, I'm going to try this on my phone for a minute. But I'll tell you what, even trying to do it on the phone, I got the screen really small. I mean, we're talking a super small screen, so my mouse movement was really small, so I didn't have to go that far in the movement I was doing just to keep the movement minimum. Because on the big screen, having to go way up, way down, way up, way down to hit because you want to scroll up every time, because I can't tell you how many times I found a bookmark at the bottom of the page. I got the screen as small as possible to keep the movement as minimal as possible. So to break down the rest of the numbers we got 8,000 Skystones spent. So we're going to bring up the list again, and we're just going to list it all off one last time to get everything here for you. We spent 8,094 Skystones in total to get the full pity. We ended up walking away with 610 bookmarks, 2,000 Mystic medals, and then the averages of those were 13.26. We'll say 13.27 because it's got a bunch of higher numbers per Skystone per bookmark. Great average. We walked away with 4.047 Skystones per Mystic medal. Not too shabby. We spent 22,448,000 on bookmarks, Covenant bookmarks. We spent 11,200,000 on Mystic medals for a grand total of spending 33,648,000 on total gold spent on just bookmarks and Mystic medals. So, when you go to the secret shop, even though we talk about you need roughly 22 million gold just for Covenants, you're going to need a lot more gold, honestly, because if I hadn't have that's 2,000 Mystic medals I would have turned away. That's a decent chunk into a pity. Like, it's a lot. So, try when you're refreshing to have more than just enough to buy your covenants. That's my advice to everyone out there. So here we go. I'm going to bring up the calculator now, and this is what I was looking at right here. So the quick way of describing it is just, I have my start Skystones, my current Skystones, my start bookmarks, my current bookmarks, and the current Skystones, the current bookmarks get automatic, or the ones that I update. Bookmarks gained and Mystic Metals gained are automatically updated. Skystone spent is automatically updated. Shop refreshes is automatically updated. The Skystones and Mystic Metals spent are automatically updated. The refresh, the bookmark per refresh is actually, I think this is kind of close to a drop rate if you were to multiply that times 5. Same with Mystic Metal. That would also be the rough drop rate. Then obviously it auto-calculates the gold and Mystic Metal spent. And then over here, you can see my start and current Mystic Metals. Then some calculation figures that I put in just for... actually, I can delete this because you're not going to see it. Those were just what I was using for rounding some numbers off, so I could easily do it. And then you're seeing the Skystones per bundle. So this is roughly what it cost me per bundle. Is 66 Skystones and 202 Skystones per bundle. So that's it for the secrets of the secret shop. I hope this is informative to you guys and kind of helps you plan out how to plan for a super important pity. I mean, let's be real. Seaside Bologna dropped last night, and a lot of you are trying to get her. Or maybe you're watching this and Landy's about to come out, or the next new limited, or whoever is coming out that's important to you, and you're watching this video. Maybe this is helpful. Maybe you do have just around 8,000 Skystones, and I can tell you that you probably have a chance at walking away with a full pity. So that's going to take care of this quick tip for today. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.